Watch the Thego Lopez podcast. Watch the Thego Lopez podcast. And if you got a couple of friends you send my way, yeah. And if you subscribe, see new things every day, every day. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's episode 13, lucky number 13. I don't know why they call it lucky number 13. It's an unlucky number, you know? Some people use it ironically, call it their lucky number. But you know what? Those people are stupid. They're gonna die. Unlucky deaths, normally. So, let's not worry about them. Let's worry about the things we're gonna talk about. Like Germany. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Germany. Das ist überschön. Das ist überschön. Und super cool. Ich brauche deine Hilfe. That's right. Need your help. Hit that like, share, subscribe, all the things that you got to do. And welcome back to the podcast. Yeah. Oh, the harmonica. I was supposed to use the harmonica. Mother. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Episode number 13. Numero 13. So, as you can see, we have a little change of scenery. Not to worry, we will be back at our normal studio, the E Street Studios at the Santa Rosa Library next week. They had a little upgrade in their systems, so we weren't able to record there this week, but backup plan is baby mama's house. So luckily we have a place we can record and we can get this podcast out because we have 2,500 episodes to make. 2,500 episodes. I got Bobby over here, my sound guy, even though he's not needed this week because we don't have any microphones or any sort of equipment. He's always there for moral support. Bobby, gracias, Bobby. Gracias por estar aquí, mano. So, he's good. If you hear any snoring throughout this podcast, it is the cane Corso, the 90-pound cane Corso that is sleeping about 6 feet over to the left of the camera. So just try to ignore that. I'll throw a stuffy at his head if he gets too loud. So, how is everyone? Ow, my wrists. Ooh, just doing that. Just, my wrists. Ooh, 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 ooh. Went rock climbing yesterday. Yes, the man who is very scared of heights goes rock climbing now to get over the fear. Hopefully that works. So far, I just don't look down, and I've made it to the top once or twice. It's a lot of fun. Rock climbing, I highly recommend it for anyone who is afraid of heights. I know that seems a little counterintuitive, but you got to go towards what you fear, all right? If you want to be a better person in this life, you got to overcome those obstacles. You got to overcome those fears. You can't just stick around and be afraid of everything, hiding in a hole until the day you die, because that's not a life worth living. So go rock climbing. Yeah, it's good times. The week has been fun. The week has just been full of projects, you know. I fell in love with a woman who loves projects, so that means I'm a maintenance man. Full-time maintenance man. Lifetime contract, no payment. Like an unpaid intern, no payment. The payment is love. And you know what? That's a pretty goddamn good payment. So I'm excited about the project we're doing. We're taking apart a shed and then we're rebuilding it while still adhering to the strict California codes and permit regulations that they have set in place for people who don't have much money to inhibit them from upgrading their own domiciles. Isn't that fun? Isn't California a bureaucratic nightmare? Yeah. So we're going to try to get past that and just get through the week. Getting through the week. Iran, we're bombing Iran more. I'm not sure what to make of it. because they did something, so we're retaliating with something else. So I just hope that it all pans out well. I mean, is anyone else a war expert out there? Anyone else? Like, I'm a freaking war expert. The opposite of a war expert. I'm a war non-expert. I'm a war amateur. I'm a whamateur, okay? I don't know what's going on, but, if we follow our trusted sources here at CNN, if we go to CNN.com, if you want to know what's really going on in a war, you go to CNN.com, and they'll tell you exactly what's happening. I bet you it's right on the front page. Boom! There we go. Oh, right, the legal terms. There, I sold my soul to CNN just to know what's happening in Iran. Yay. All right, let's see. My computer freezes? That's what happens in Iran. Yes. Oh, wow, I thought we had fire. So apparently there's fires in Spokane County, Washington, which I thought we had a bad fire over here in California. And it is called hold on, I'm going to tell you right now. I should know because I'm here. I mean, we dealt with the smoke this week. Let's see. It's something. What is it? I wish I knew what it was. Rock fire, fish fire, cinder complex? No. The Woodside. The Woodside fire. That's right. The Woodside fire burned 152 acres. It is 50% contained. So not that bad, but bad enough for there to be smoke a couple of days. And that was not fun. Let's see. Iran. I thought I just saw it here. Oh no, sorry. It was a guy that looked like someone from Iran, but it's Abdul El Sayed. I don't know. Oh, I guess I got to click that now. So what's that? So the fight for Michigan, how a marquee Senate primary became the Democrats' latest proxy war. All right. So keep reading with a CNN subscription. What the hell? All right. Boo. Boo, CNN. All right. We're going to leave them there. I guess you can't trust them anymore. Let's see. Latest on the war in Iran. All right. Let's see. Fresh uncertainty surrounds Iran war talks. Great. Not even the people telling me about Iran are certain about Iran. So how am I supposed to know about Iran? Let's see. So President Donald Trump announced he is canceling a planned military strike on Iran after stating the broad parameters of a deal have been reached to end the 5-month conflict. Nice. Hey, congratulations, President Trump. Thank you for, reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Hopefully it doesn't reclose. You got to reclose and reopen and a reclose and a reopen, It's like a coffee shop in downtown that just keeps shutting down and then under new management and then shutting down and then under new management. So let's hope that the health codes are up to par in the Strait of Hormuz. We don't have to shut back down again. So that's pretty good. Fact-checking Trump's claims about the Iran war. Why would you fact-check any politician? It's gonna be a nightmare. Just stop. I don't even want to click that one. Let's see. Ooh, Al Jazeera. All right. Let's see. You can call me Betty. And Betty, when you call me, I'll be reading about Al Jazeera. Let's see. Iran's foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, says negotiations between Oman and Iran are in their final stages. Okay. So negotiations between Oman and Iran are in their final stages, with talks on the future management of the Strait of Hormuz on the way to being finalized. Good. U.S. President Donald Trump says he has canceled planned attacks on Iran, subject to being able to rapidly make a deal. Good. That's good. I still don't know what Oman has to do with the war in Iran. So then we type in, what does Oman have to do with the war in Iran? Let's see, it's thinking. Oman serves as a crucial diplomatic mediator in the conflict, utilizing its historic and friendly relations with both the United States and Iran. My wrists. to facilitate peace negotiations. Nice. Thank you, Oman. Well, that's good. Good on you. Trying to bring mommy and daddy to the table so they just don't fight and eat their spaghetti. I like that. All right. Let's bring up a picture. We don't have any pictures. Let's see. Let's screenshot a picture here, and then we'll right there. I don't know if there's any space there, but if I do have space, there'll be pictures there. So we're in war with Iran, and we're bombing Iran, but now we're not bombing Iran because we're going to reach a peace deal. I wish I knew more details about this peace deal. What does the peace deal entail? Is that public knowledge? Do they have like an outline and then they tell people, hey, this is what the peace deal is going to be, you know? I mean, it wouldn't be crazy if like Iran and the United States, they became like friends, and then we could go over there on like vacation, and then they could come over here on vacation, you know? We could all vacation together. We could like Airbnbs, we could Verbo, like overseas Verbos with one another. I don't know. What a future that would look like, you know? So let's hope that we can have some peace in the Middle East. You know, we've been working on it for about 570 years, peace in the Middle East, and hopefully we'll finally have some. That will be great. That would be very great. How was your week? How has your week been? Tell me in the comments. What do you guys want to listen to? What do you guys care about during your week? You know? What do you want to hear from the Thego Lopez podcast? Maybe dealing with people at work, you know? What do you do for work? Do you have to deal with a lot of stupid people at work? You know? There's jobs that are way harder than others as far as communicating with other human beings go, you know? And there's jobs where it's just accepted that some people can be mean to you, and that's weird. I don't think anybody should be mean to anybody on any job. But like customer service, some people go around this world thinking that you're allowed to be mean to the customer service representative, and it's their job to take it because the customer is always right, you know? And I've heard that saying is actually only half completed. It's like the customer is always right in terms of taste. So like as far as like how long it takes for your pizza to get done, it's not up to you. That doesn't mean the customer is always right, you know? I remember I've worked at a couple of restaurant jobs, a couple of sandwich shops, a couple of pizzerias, and you really gotta be patient, and then kill them. You have to kill all of the customers with kindness. That's the name of my car. It's part of a killing them with kindness. The name of my car is the name of my new podcast segment called The Rundown. No, you can't kill people with your car. The Thego Lopez podcast condones anyone who kills people with their car in a customer service setting. You just deliver the pizzas and you go back to the pizza place. You can't run people over with your car, okay? I'm being facetious. Don't take it seriously. Still don't have a guest. Apparently you can only send one message to someone on Instagram if they're not your friend, and then you have to wait for them to just get back to you. So I don't know if we'll have our first guest that I thought was going to be a guest. So I really gotta up the game, do more research, you know? I literally turn on the camera and I just start talking, and that's why there's so many gaps while I'm thinking, while I'm trying to come up with whatever it is that this podcast is going to be. And I wish I had more time. I really do wish I had more time. But I feel just thinking about that, thinking about carving out more time amongst all the things that I carve out already, I just feel like this weight on my chest. It just feels so exhausting to like carve out more time from all the time that I don't have time to carve out. Call me Carvel. And this ice cream is melting because I just don't have the time to walk back to the freezer and put the ice cream back in it. So hopefully over the course of 2,500 episodes, I can't be hard on myself because this is episode number 13. Lucky number 13. All right? I can't be hard on myself because we're building the airplane as we're flying it, We're coming up with this in real time. We're going to get better. Just stick with us. Stick with the Thego Lopez podcast. I promise it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Okay? And don't run anyone over with your car. What else happened this week? I might be a library, though. This happened. So last week, as I mentioned, I went to the library to go and record the podcast. And they were closed. The studios were closed. They said, no, you cannot record here. And I said, okay, well, I'll be back next week. Thank you. Thank you for providing these amazing services, Santa Rosa Library. And I walked out of the library. I had skateboarded, by the way. I had skateboarded to the library. I'm a skateboarder. I'm a kick, push, come kind of podcaster. Okay? And I'm sitting outside resting, just thinking, what am I going to do? I mean, I was in go mode. I'm like, I want to record a podcast. Can I record somewhere outside? Can I do something, improvise something? I'm racking my brain, trying to come up with a plan. And finally, I say to myself, you know what? I got nothing. I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to skateboard home, maybe record at home, relax, eat some spaghettis, okay? Put some spaghettis all up in my gullet, yum, 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 and just relax for the rest of the night. But before I do go back home, I'm going to drink some water because I'm a little parched, a little thirsty from skateboarding to the library. So I walk in, and as I walk in on my left-hand side at the entrance to the library, right next to the entrance, not at the entrance, you walk in, and then right past the entrance, there is a conference room. And in that conference room, there is a group of people having a meeting. And me being a little nosy Ned wanting to wander on in there and see what's happening. And I see that there's some brochures on a table. So I kind of poke my head in and I try to read the brochure, but I'm blind. Can't see very well. So I gotta creep on in closer. I gotta creep closer so that I can see this brochure that is just laying upon the table, right? Why'd you leave the brochure upon the table? You wanted to, okay? And me, I wanted to read it, all right? So I go to read it and I hear a voice go, "Hi, how are you? Come on in. Hey, come take a seat." I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't going to argue. Somebody offered me a seat. Someone offers you a seat, you know what? You sit down. You be polite, all right? You accept the seat. And then as you are in the seat, you determine, should you stay in the seat? But do it while seated, okay? So I sit down and everyone, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "Oh, how's it going?" And one woman speaks up and says, "The Library Advisory Board meeting has come to order. Thank you for joining us. We are the Santa Rosa Library Advisory Board." And I'm like, oh, this is like somebody just invited me into the Situation Room. What the hell am I doing here? I'm just a civilian. I shouldn't be in here. And they said, "This meeting is open to members of the public. Are there any members of the public?" I raised my hand. I said, "Hi, Thego Lopez from the Thego Lopez podcast. Who else is a member of the public?" And only one other person raised their hand. And then we just sat there during the meeting, and then I heard about like how AI is influencing the library system, how the Santa Rosa Junior College is working with the library, and then I start kind of asking questions and providing input as best as I can, because I am a member of the public. And at the end, one of the women that works with the library advisory board says, "You know something? You would be a great member of the library advisory board." And I said, "No, I would not. What am I? I mean, my background is logistics and supply chain. Like I don't know anything about books." And they said, "Well, you do use our services in order to record a podcast, so you're familiar with the library and you're a member of the public, which I am, and you would be a great candidate. So Thego Lopez might be a member of the Santa Rosa Library Advisory Board?" I don't know. It's weird. I left them my email. I'll update you guys as time goes on. But go visit your library. And also, the Santa Rosa Library Rincon Valley branch will reopen August 17th. Did you hear me, folks living over there in Rincon Valley? The Rincon Valley Santa Rosa Library will reopen August 17th. And you know what they're going to have? They're going to have sewing machines. Yeah, I heard it myself. Behind closed doors. I was in the backroom meetings. I had a back channel connection tell me that the sewing machines are a-coming. And you'll be able to use them. Will you be able to use them on day one? I don't know. I don't have a very good memory. But I do remember sewing machines, and I do remember they're coming your way. So, August 17th, mark your calendars. Rincon Valley Library of Santa Rosa will reopen, and it's going to be bigger, better, and badder. Badass library. Yeah, support your local library. There's so many cool things you can do at the library that you don't even know about. Really cool. Moving on. So, let's see. What are we doing? All right, Germany. I was thinking about Germany this week, because, we love our allies here at the Thego Lopez podcast, and it's a cool running theme to talk about. So let's look at some German news sites and see. Ooh, Deutschland Portal. So, fun fact about Germany, they don't call Germany Germany. In Germany, Germany's not Germany. Germany is Deutschland. Ja, das ist Deutschland. Just so you know. Wir schätzen ihre Privatsphäre. Oh. That's funny, as someone who doesn't know much German, wir schätzen ihre Privatsphäre sounds like we shit all over your privacy. But I know that's not what they're saying. That can't be what they're saying, But I see the word cookies. Wir verwenden Cookies und verschiedene Funktionalitäts. Okay, so they have functional cookies. Do I want to Einstellungen? Do I want to ablehnen? Or do I want to alles akzeptieren? No, that would be accept all. I don't want to do that. I'm going to go with the middle one. I hope that was right. All right, so right now we are at Deutschstunde. I'm not sure what Deutschstunde means, but we can translate to English and it'll tell us that it is a graphic and won't be translated, so I don't know. This is Tagesschau in plain language. Only if I understand can I have a say and participate. That is true. That is true. Teaching materials, training, German lesson website. I don't want a German lesson. I mean, it's nice. That's cool. But I just want the news. Let's see. News portals from Germany. Here we go. Deutschland.de. There we go. News portals from Germany. The Bild newspaper. Let's go to Bild. Let's see. Ooh, and Zeit Online. All right, first we're going to go to Bild. Okay. And alle akzeptieren. Einstellungen. What does Einstellungen mean? Let's see. We can go to translate here real quick. And we can see what Einstellungen means. Einstellungen. It means settings. Okay, Einstellungen means settings. And then jetzt, now, Bild pure abonnieren. What does abonnieren mean? Abonnieren means subscribe. No, we don't want to subscribe. We're going to go to Einstellungen. Let's see. Okay. So Einwilligen. What does Einwilligen mean? It's just Einwilligen means to consent. Aha. Aha. Let's see. But we don't want to consent. So is that ablehnen? Is ablehnen not to consent? Let's see. Refuse. Yes, we will refuse. Ablehnen, 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 ablehnen. That's a fun word, Germany. Ablehnen, ablehnen. There we go. And I guess you can't... Yeah, I guess you have to accept some of them. So I guess just going to sell my soul to Germany here. And then Ausfall. Oh, man, that sucks, dude. There's a guy, and he looks happy, but then... Oh, and it's... Neue Details zum Unfall von Forsthaus Rampensau. Star Mano Maschinek. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I hope he's alive. Just by the look of this, I mean... Huh? Let's see. Tote crash. Oh no. Fatal crash during commercial shoot. Not even for a movie? Just a commercial? Mano Maschinek. Age 37. Oh my God. Girlfriend posts heartbreaking farewell video. Oh man, dude, that sucks. Let's see. A breathtaking mountain road, a blue sports car, an experienced driver and car enthusiast behind the wheel. It should have been a great commercial. Yeah. But filming on the Motarone Pass above Lake Maggiore ended in tragedy. Former Forsthaus Rampensau participant. What is that? Let's see. Let's Google that. Forsthaus Rampensau. Oh, wow. Okay. Celebrity couples move into secluded forester's lodge in the foothills of... Let's see, he was like a reality star guy. Okay. Okay. Damn. Participant Mano Maschinek lost control of his vehicles on a bend and died. Whoa. It was shortly after 11 a.m. on Thursday morning. The winding mountain road leading down from the summit had been completely closed for filming, so no other cars were injured. According to Italian media reports, German TV star Mano Maschinek was driving an old blue Porsche 993 RS when he suddenly lost control of the classic car on a bend. The car veered off the road, rolled over, plunged down a steep slope, and crashed into a tree. The 37-year-old was trapped inside. Ouch. Oh man, and he's so good. Look at this. Look at this goddamn sexy face. Look at this guy. That guy fucks. That guy fucks. Well, fucked. He fucked. Hopefully he's fucking in heaven. Fucking in heaven. Would you know my name if I boned you in heaven? You would, and you know his name is Mano. Dude. Oh my God. If he had to fight himself, is that mano a mano? I don't know. Paramedics, an ambulance, a rescue helicopter, and the fire department. The rescuers fought to save the man's life. They first had to cut him from the crushed wreckage in a wooded area so steep that every movement was a challenge. Resuscitation attempts were unsuccessful. Mano Mashinek died at the scene of the accident. Damn, dude. Oh, man. According to Italian media reports, Mashinek was working for a Milanese production company that day. The vintage Porsche didn't even belong to him. It had been rented for the commercial shoot. Further filming was scheduled for later that afternoon at Lido di Cacciano on the shores of Lake Maggiore. This never took place. According to the Italian automotive website HD Motori, it was a promotional film for Porsche. Damn. Well, rest in peace, Mano Mashinek. And you died as most men would love to have died. Dating a super hot girl. Yeah. Dating a super hot girl and driving a Porsche on an Italian road. I mean, of all the ways to die, no one wants to die, but all the ways to die, that's a pretty noble way to die. So, hats off to you, Mano. I hope you're shredding it up on the mountain passes up in the sky. All right. It's kind of a bummer of a first story. Sorry, it's kind of a bummer of a first story. But it's all pictures, so I don't know what any of this means. Olympiasiegerin jetzt Bundestrainerin Wettenwirtschaft bei Päckchen Hammer? I don't know. Let's see what it means. Let's see. Oh, nepotism. Now that is a common problem that all countries have. Yeah, that's how I'm dealing with that at work right now. Yeah, nepotism. Boss's son. Boss's son just not a very good guy. That kind of sucks. Yeah. Nepotism at Päckchen Hammer. Let's see. The new national coach and her partner and association president Matthias Grosse. The promotion of Claudia Päckchen to national all-around coach is making headlines in German speed skating, and not just for the sport. The most successful German Winter Olympian of all time is taking on her new top position in the federation, whose president is her partner Matthias Grosse. The personnel decision has been official since Sunday. The German Speed Skating and Short Track Association has made Päckchen previously interim coaching role permanent. The association justified the decision with her decades of experience in elite sports, combined with her professional qualifications and coaching certification from German Olympic Sports Confederation. But this appointment is likely to spark debate. After all, the head of the association is none other than the man whom Päckchen has been in a private relationship for more than 15 years. Does this indicate nepotism behind Päckchen's appointment? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up with that. No. Did you read what I just wrote? What did you read? Did you hear? Did you hear what I just read up here? Where it says, where is it? The most successful German Winter Olympian of all time? That's enough qualification right there. Who cares who her husband is? Why is no one asking, is the only reason why her husband is in that position because he's married to the most successful German Winter Olympian of all time? How about we reverse those roles? How about we empower the women a little bit more? All right? Idiots. God, sorry, Päckchen, that you have to deal with that. It sounds like you are more than qualified for this position, regardless of who your husband is. Yeah, that's an easy one. That's That's an easy one. You know what? This uh, uh, website build seems a little what's that called? Like New York Post, you know? Like a little it's not I don't like it. I don't know. I don't like the yeah. No. Let's try another one. Let's try a better website. Let's see. How about we try Zeit Online? And then after that, Deutsche Welle. So I believe this is Time. Did the Time? Let's see. We are up to 172 partners, collect and process personal data. Yeah, I guess I have to agree and continue. I guess that's all I can do. Let's see. We don't need to look to Beijing or San Francisco. Thomas Piketty is one of the world's most renowned economists. Ooh. Is he Piketty about the stocks he picks? Oh. Let's see. He warns that the techno-nationalism of U.S. President Donald Trump is plunging us into catastrophe. What do you mean, us? You're in German. Isn't this, am I reading this right? This is German, right? Let's see. Us like the world? Us like all of our allies? Like, what does that mean? Let's see. Thomas Piketty is one of the world's most renowned economists. I just said that. He warns that, yeah, I just said that as well. Let's see, but tell me why. Tell me why. Oh, unlock articles? Nope. All right, next one. Deutsche Welle. Let's see. Deutsche Welle. I feel like people just take my data and then tell me I have to pay for it. All right, let's see. Ooh. We have chosen English for you, so they're smart. Okay. Let's see. I want to know about German news. All right, Berlin. Let's see what's happening in Berlin. All right. IS video found on Berlin Pride suspects' home. Like they're what? Oh, they also have like pride parades and stuff like that. It's the same thing over in Germany. Okay, that it would be called something different. I don't know why. Berlin Pride suspect Abdul B pledged allegiance to the Islamic State. Boo! Can't do that. In a video filmed prior to the attack. What attack? Meanwhile, Germany's center-left wants constitutional protections for LGBTQ plus DW? Or is that DW has more? I don't know. Let's see. Investigators found an Islamic State allegiance video on Abdul B's phone. With a name like Abdul B, I was like making that connection already. Germany's Social Democratic Party wants sexual identity added to Article 3 of the German Constitution. Ooh, what is Article 3 of the German Constitution? Let's see. What is Article 3 of the German Constitution? So, Article 3 of the German Basic Law, Grundgesetz, establishes equality before the law. It states that all persons are equal, mandates equal rights for men and women, and prohibits discrimination based on sex, parentage, race, language, homeland origin, faith, religious political opinions, or disability. I mean, it seems like it's already there. I feel like it covers it. It covers all of it. Yeah. The suspect in the attack had been sentenced in May for trying to join the Islamic State, but was not immediately jailed. Mercedes-Benz vehicle group profits rose for the first time in 3 years, despite a slump in China's sales. What does that have to do with the other things? I don't understand. Like all that stuff, and then Mercedes-Benz vehicle group profits rose for the first time in 3 years. What do they have to do with the attack? I don't know. Let's see. Chancellor Friedrich Merz has again called for the EU's upcoming 2028 to 2034 budget to be cut by 700 billion euros. In a meeting in Dublin with Prime Minister Michael Martin, with the Republic of Ireland currently holding rotating EU presidency, Merz said cuts to European Commission's proposed spending plans were necessary. Am I lost? Here? I feel like there's here. there's a thing, right, about an attack. And then below it, it says what you need to know. And that's it. There's no... That's it. There's no news. There's no article. Is that how they do it in Germany? Wow, Germans are really efficient with their news. It's just like, here's the headline, here's a picture, here's some bullet points. Das ist the news. You don't need to know more, yeah? Das ist alles. Okay. Okay, all right. Well, I guess that's it. Okay. Next article. Man arrested after injured baby taken. There's not even pictures on this. They're so efficient. I want pictures. Let's see. Low Rhine levels could push. What is Rhine? Okay. Maybe I'm not smart enough for these super advanced news websites, these German news websites. Let's go to faz.net. The Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay. I open up the Frankfurter Allgemeine. The first thing, front and center, is... oh my God, there's a lot of ads. There's just ads coming my way. Boom. The cocaine arrives by speedboats. I don't know if that's a news headline or just an announcement. Is that a new ad that they're putting up? Is that like their latest sponsor? You know, BetterHelp and cocaine now arriving by speedboat. Let's see. Donald Trump is hunting down South American drug smugglers in the Caribbean. As a result, they are seeking new markets in Europe. Ooh, and shipping their goods via West Africa to Spain. Wow, is that cocaine in that boat? I don't know. I'm just going to assume it's cocaine. Ooh, let's talk about this. Okay. The cocaine arrives by speedboats. I want to know how to say that in German. Let's see. Das Kokain kommt per Schnellboot. Yes. I don't know why that sentence makes me so happy. Thank you, Germany. Thank you for being an ally. And thank you for awesome sentences like Das Kokain kommt per Schnellboot. Yeah. All right. The cocaine arrives by speedboat. Yay. Let's read about that. Let's see. Oh, advertisement. I don't care about advertisement. Donald Trump is hunting down... Oh, access to all Faz articles. Man, you can't win. You can't win with these freaking... Okay, how about Focus Online? Let's see Focus Online. If they're gonna let me read stuff, or if not. Suda annoyed. ARD woman is letting the level of discourse sink further and further. What does that mean? We're blaming her. We're blaming the woman. Suda annoyed. Who's Suda? Let's see. Ilse Aigner, fetish sausage eating. What is fetish? I mean, when I read the words fetish sausage eating, I get a clear picture in my head of what I think that means. You know what I mean? Like you could really picture it. Like it's like it's just the sausage, right? And then you got one fork poking through, and then they've got it turned towards themselves, and they're like, oh. But you don't really eat it. You just kind of like, it's kind of deep-throated, but you don't really bite down on it, because that's not good when you bite down on the sausage. Am I right, fellas? So it's like, and then they take it out like that, and they go, to the end of the sausage. I think that's what fetish sausage eating is. I don't know. I can't go based off of the picture here because nobody is eating a sausage in a fetish-like manner. Check this out. Look, let's do a little boom. Yeah, no one is eating any sausages. Let's see. The CSU chairman is Chancellor. Why is it all questions? Ilse Aigner? Fetish sausage eating? The CSU chairman is Chancellor candidate? My shoulders can't go any higher. So many questions. In its summer interview, the first German television channel completely loses sight of the concerns of the citizen and wastes its airtime on peripheral topics that not only get on the nerves of the Bavarian minister president. Oh, okay. So you've got this platform and you're not using it for what the people want. But is it really not what the people want, or is it what the people want, but whoever is writing this article, let's see, Joseph Seitz, maybe disagrees with it, you know? Let's see, can we click on Joseph Seitz and see? Joseph Seitz has served as editor-in-chief of a weekly newspaper and media trade journal at Focus. He headed various departments and was the news magazine's text editor. He now works as editor-in-chief in science journalism, partly because he is convinced that an analytical perspective is particularly beneficial in turbulent times. I don't know, look at this guy. What do you think? You know, is he just old and out of date? Maybe people want to hear about, maybe people love fetish sausage eating. Maybe that's like an Olympic sport where that's happening, you know? I don't know. Let's see. It says, in the ZDF summer interview, only the backdrop of Lake Starnberg offered a relaxed, summery atmosphere. We saw an irritable Markus Söder. Now on ARD, he sits down in the ARD studio in Berlin. Here he appears considerably more composed. Ooh. In fact, he's trying to spread a sense of optimism in these decidedly unsummery times, which car companies will survive the current industry crisis. You guys have an industry crisis? What's happening with the industry crisis? Oh, shit. Germany is having an industry crisis. 225,000 jobs lost. Germany's automotive crisis escalates. Whoa! By 2035, 1 in 4 jobs in the German automotive industry will disappear. Damn, that's like 50%. Why China is winning the battle of how Germany urgently needs to reinvent itself. Yeah, you reinvented the wheel, yeah? And Germans are good at engineering. I mean, that's... And car manufacturer. You think of Audi? The Audi's an awesome car, man. By 2035, a quarter of the jobs in the German automotive industry will be lost. Wow. The VDA, the German Association of the Automotive Industry, says that 100,000 have already been lost since 2019, and another 125,000 are expected to follow. And it's not just the automotive industry that's affected. In German industry, over 10,000 jobs have been lost every month for the past 2 years. Audi CEO Gernot Döllner says internally, like he said it to himself, like he's just sitting like in his sauna in his mansion, and he's like, it's no longer about a single model, about market share, but it's about the survival of the German automotive industry. Oh my God. Jesus. Did he hold his chest while he says it? He's saying it internally. Oh, it's about the survival of the German automotive industry. Oh my God. What does that mean to say it internally? Huh? That's a lot all at once. And it sounds like the end. It does. It does, person writing this article. Philip Rasch. It's 2 A's. It's not Philip Rasch. It's Philip Rasch. He's the founder of Der Autopreneur, a leading German language newsletter and podcast on the transformation of the automotive industry. With 10 years of experience, nearly 10 years, it's like, what, 9.5? Just say 10, man. Nearly 10 years. Give him tenure of experience at Mercedes. He provides concise analysis of the industry's 3 major upheavals, from hardware to software, from combustion engines to electric motors, and from self-driving to autonomous driving. That's 6 divided by 2 is 3. Haha, I'm good at math. Through his newsletter, podcast, YouTube channel, and LinkedIn profile, he reaches over 45,000 professionals. Well, nice, Mr. Philip Hash. It's good. So, how can you save the automotive industry from ultimate collapse when, let's see what he says. The successful made in Germany model has always been based on 4 pillars. All right, let's hold up this building with these 4 pillars. Let's see. Pillar number 1, complexity. A consumption, the ignition motor is one of the most complex mechanical devices in existence. Thousands of parts, tolerances in the micrometer range. We could do that better than anyone else. That was our competitor advantage. Okay, the complexity of a car. That translation was bad. That was a bad translation from German to English. But we're going to say automobiles are complex. It takes a lot of moving parts. I don't know how to make a car. Do you know how to make a car? If your car fell apart and we were in the apocalypse, why do you think cars in Mad Max look so fucking weird? Because you got to put them all together, hodgepodge style, from whatever you can get. And don't think you're going to have lane keep assist in your Mad Max hot rod. There's not going to be any lane keep assist on that thing. There's barely going to be a radio. Why do you think they had to strap a guy that's playing guitar on the back of one of the Mad Max cars? Because none of them have a radio. They have to have the guy playing guitar live. There's no Bluetooth in there. It's complex. Number 2, industrial ecosystem. Manufacturers, suppliers, research institutes, all located side by side. We call that a business park. Stuttgart, Munich, Wolfsburg, Ingolstadt. Hundreds of players in a very small area, spurring each other on to peak performance. Yeah, they just walk out of their front doors. They're all next to each other. Yeah, you can do this. You can do this. Stereotypical German name. What's a stereotypical German name? Why can't I think of one right now? Stereotypical German name. Fritz. You can do this, Fritz. Yeah! There. They're all pumping each other up. Number 3. Now we're starting to get to the meat and potatoes of this. Pillar number 3, which I'm seeing some crumbling in. Pillar number 3 might need to be remachined. We might have to stick pillar number 3 on a lathe and get it reworked. Pillar number 3, cheap energy from Russia. Everything else seems so, I was like, complexity. Germans are the best at engineering. Industrial ecosystem, they have a lot of companies there already with strong ties to like manufacturing. Cheap energy from Russia. That's what's happening. Okay, so now that Russia is getting bombarded with drones from Ukraine and their energy is going down, how do you fix that pillar? How do you prop that pillar up? Where do you get energy if not from Russia? Do I have the answers? Of course not. But I can't think about these things. And number 4, profits from China, our biggest growth market since the 1990s. We developed in Germany and sold in China more every year. For decades, the money simply flowed in. Cash was never the problem. Then what is the problem? Is it, are you dealing with a little corporate espionage on behalf of China? We get it too. We get it too. Yeah. They come in here and then they spy on all of our companies and then they go back and they make shit cheaper. Yeah. Profits from China. Huh. Wonder what's going on. Maybe they're not buying your cars anymore, but your cars are really great. Thank you. Thank you, Philip Rash, for giving us this article about what's happening. A German car stood for quality and high tech. That's why Mercedes, BMW, and Audi could charge a premium everywhere. More expensive but better. That was the story. Today, all the building blocks are crumbling at once. Oh my God! I thought that 2 of them were still good. The internal combustion engine is becoming increasingly less important. Okay. The ecosystem migrates abroad. Oh, shit. All right. The Russian gas is gone. Oh my God, it's not even more expensive. It's just gone. And China is buying fewer and fewer German cars. Volkswagen, Mercedes, and BMW are selling almost a third less in China today than in 2018. And that's despite the fact that the overall market grew by around 25% during the same period. The market is booming, just not for us. The cash cow has stopped whoosh, 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 spitting out that sweet, sweet milk out of its udders. That's not what it says here. It just says stopped working. But I wanted a more visual approach to what's happening to the German car industry. Das ist nicht gut. Das ist nicht gut. And the narrative of Germany equals high tech no longer holds water because German cars are no longer leaders in the areas where high tech is defined today. Electric drive, software, and AI. Why the fight against China is a clash of systems. China has built its own automotive industry in just a few years, one that has overtaken us. Corporate espionage. In Germany, nobody took it seriously for a long time. Yeah, they achieved this with a leapfrog. That means skipping an entire development stage. Corporate espionage. China realized early on that it could never catch up with us in the traditional car market. They had already abandoned the internal combustion engine. We've perfected it over 100 years. Nobody else can match it. So the Chinese skipped the internal combustion engine altogether and asked themselves, what's next? The electric software-defined car. They didn't invent it themselves. They simply copied it from Tesla. Corporate espionage. Yep. All right. So Germany is screwed in the car market because China is eating their cookies. Yeah, das ist nicht gut. Well, here at the Thego Lopez podcast, we just read the news. Do we have answers? I don't have any answers. I'm just a man. I'm just one man. And I can't afford an Audi or a BMW. I wish I could help you. I would buy both. I would have a BMW parked next to my Audi if I could afford either one. But because gas is so expensive due to the war in Iran, we're also dealing with our own gas crisis and energy crisis here. So we understand, to our ally Germany, our hearts go out to you. And I hope that you can start making electric Audis and electric BMWs. Take a page out of China's book. Make more electric cars. Partner up with Tesla and be like, we need help. We need to figure out how to do this quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right, let's see. What else? That was a good article. Let's see. What is this? Europe has failed the Ceuta test. Ceuta. Following the massive onslaught on the Spanish exclave. What's an exclave? Of Ceuta. I know what an enclave is. Difference between an enclave and an exclave. An enclave is a territory completely surrounded by one other country, while an exclave is part of a country physically separated from its main territory. Today at the Thego Lopez podcast, we just taught you a new word. Exclave. A part of a country physically separated from its main territory. Alaska, you are an exclave. Hawaii, you are an exclave. Fiji, you are an exclave. Puerto Rico, maybe you're an exclave. I don't know. You're in Commonwealth, so I don't know. I guess you're still part of the empire. I don't know. Oh, exclave, the outside view. Defined from the perspective of the home country, it is a detached piece sticking out or cut off elsewhere. Okay. So like Vatican City is an enclave. Yes. Okay. So The Spanish exclave of Ceuta. So now we got to know, where is Ceuta? Ceuta is, okay, that looks like it's, I don't understand. It looks like it's in Spain, right? How is Ceuta an exclave? Ceuta is an exclave because it is a small 7.7 square mile territory situated on the northern coast of mainland Africa, completely separated from the European mainland by the Strait of Gibraltar. While it is politically and administratively an autonomous city of Spain, it shares its only land border with Morocco. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So there's been a massive onslaught on the Spanish exclave of Ceuta. The EU has allowed itself to be divided. So Masala, a security expert at Bundeswehr University Munich, has contextualized the events in a widely read tweet. If this was a hybrid attack to test Europe's resolve, cohesion, and responsiveness, then Europe has failed the test. That is also one of the lessons of the last 48 hours. What happened? This wouldn't be the first hybrid attack involving immigrants. Oh, in an interview with Focus Online, Masal explains why he arrives at this assessment. The expert refers to an earlier example of hybrid warfare using migrant flows. Whoa. Okay. So, what is happening in Ceuta? What is currently happening in Ceuta? An unprecedented border crisis after up to 60,000 migrants, primarily young men. They're about to bone all your women. They're going to have sex with all of the women over and over and over again. And you know what? The ladies are going to like it because it's hot, young. Where are they from? Let's see. Triggered by what Moroccan officials called online misinformation and human trafficking networks, tens of thousands stormed the border over a 48-hour period, while the vast majority have either voluntarily returned to Morocco or Moroccan. Oh, hot Moroccan men? Yeah, I got a chance. They were guided back by Spanish soldiers. The city has been left with severe humanitarian needs. Oh, man. The mass crossing attempt turned deadly, with local authorities reporting up to 67 deaths, as many drowned or were crushed on the breakwaters. Ugh. I don't know what that means, but it just doesn't give a good visual. Crushed on the breakwaters, like up against, like, you know, where like the water splash against the rocks, and then you're in that water, and you're like, squish. Tensions on the ground. Ceuta's local infrastructure, including its main reception centers, is stretched to maximum capacity. Let's see where Ceuta. How do we know where Ceuta is? Can we show where Ceuta is? Here, right there. That's where Ceuta is. Let's give a nice little screenshot of that. Yeah, right there. Okay. Ceuta. Can we look that up on Google Earth? What does that look like on Earth? Earth.googly.com. Because that way you can... do you have Street View in Ceuta? Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, wow. Shut the front door. It looks like such a great town. Whoa. Can we... Oh, and it has Street View. Let's drop in. Let's drop in next to the port of Ceuta. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. Dismiss that. You get out of my way. First of all, you got this guy just loving life, living his best life, working as a city worker in this awesome little town. Ooh. Oh, wow, this place is so pretty. Whoa. Look at this place. Shut the front door. Oh my God, I gotta show you more Look at this, look at this, look at this. You want to buy some Pumas? You want to buy some Pumas by the ocean? Oh my goodness. That's just from Google Street View. Whoa. That's pretty neat. Oh my God. Oh, can we go to the ocean? Shut up. Can we go to the ocean? Let's see. No, we can't really go to the ocean. It's all closed. Let's see. Let's try to go over here. Let's try to go over here. Let's see. No, it doesn't let us. This is the closest we can get to the ocean. Hold on. I want to back up. I want to see what's the closest we can get to the ocean. Oh, yes, we can. Look at this. Ooh, okay. We're about to drop into here. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Dude. Okay. Hold on. You see where all these pipes are? See those pipes? On the other side of those pipes, that's where the ocean is. That's where the ocean is. But I can't seem to find a place. No, it's all... Oh, man. What about here? What about... Let's drop into here. Let's see. I guess you can find the ocean. I guess you can see the ocean there. It's so beautiful. Look at that. That's so pretty. It's a very pretty thing, right? Look at that. Very pretty. I guess I don't have to do that with my hand. I could just put up the picture. We're growing. We're growing as quickly as we can. Let's see. What about... Ooh, okay. If this doesn't show the fucking ocean... Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Now that is a motherfucking ocean. Check this out. I guess I could also take a screenshot with the name like that. Yeah, that is pretty cool. All right. Okay. So I could see why people would want to go there. I could see why immigrants would want to go there. But this is such an interesting concept of immigration for warfare's sake. Because on one hand, you have people who want a better life and that are going to another country that looks like that, dude. That looks super cool. And that you would want to go there because, I mean, it looks beautiful and it's by the ocean. And then you have people purposefully sending, like rounding up people, rounding up tens of thousands of people and purposefully sending them that way to cause chaos? That is a strange concept. I wonder why. Who benefits from that? Who benefits from overwhelming the city of Celta? Who benefits from that? Can anyone tell me in the comments below? Can anyone educate me on what is happening in Celta and why they would want to do that? I don't know. I'm not sure. But that was good. That was good. Hey, look, there's one called heute.de. And that, I believe that translates to today. So, if we want to know what's happening today, then we need to go to heute. Let's see. Refuse. I want to refuse cookies. Speed Camera Alert Week is coming up. Ooh, wow. They're wow. Dude, their camera. See, this is what I'm talking about. When I think of German, like this is what I think about. Like this looks super advanced. This looks like some Cyberpunk 2077 shit. Like this is super advanced. Let's see. During Speed Week, there's Speed Week from August 3rd to August 9th. There will be increased speed checks. That sounds kind of messed up. If it's Speed Week, why would you have speed checks? I feel like Speed Week is what's that called? Like false advertising, you know? I feel like that's not the right word to say. Should it be slow down week? You know? If you have a week called Speed Week, then you should be allowed to speed. How expensive can these be, these speed checks? And which offenses are most common on the Flensburg traffic register? Ooh, I like this. Let's see. During the speed enforcement week. So they only enforce the speed for 1 week? What? I guess that's good. So you can speed the rest of the year, but during 1 week of the year, you can't? I don't know. So, speed checks will be intensified in many areas. A look at the driver fitness register, FAIR, F-A-E-R, is what it says, FAIR, in Flensburg, shows that speeding was indeed the most frequent offense there in 2025. A total of around, holy moly, 4.2 million traffic violations recorded for speeding. Holy moly. However, the statistics do not show how often drivers were caught speeding overall, because according to the Federal Ministry of Transport, the FAIR driver's license register only records violations that directly endanger road users or others. These include offenses that result in 1 or more penalty points or lead to the revocation of a driver's license. So there could have been more? Around 2.5 million speeding violations were registered at the Federal Motor Transport Authority, the KBA, vehicle registration database in 2025 alone. According to data from the KBA, this represents a slight increase compared to the previous year, but a decrease compared to the years before COVID-19 pandemic. Whoa, oh my goodness. How much speeding tickets cost? However, even for minor offenses that aren't recorded by the FAIR, Federal Central Register of the Traffic Offenders, this is the Register of the Traffic Offenders. It's like sex offenders, but traffic offenders. Oh my God, yeah, I'm on the list. Traffic offense. Payments may be due. Our table shows the amount and additional penalties that apply to cars and motorcycles. Anyone caught speeding by more than 20 kilometers per hour? I don't know what the hell a kilometer per hour is. Let's see, 20 kilometers per hour in miles per hour. 12.43 miles per hour. Okay. That's kind of where we start in America. Like in America, if the speed limit is 55, you're allowed to go up to 65. If the speed limit is 65, you're allowed to go 80. And if the speed limit is 80, pedal to the metal. Pedal to the metal. That's how it works in America. Okay, so you're about 12 miles over the limit, you're going to receive a penalty. A penalty point in addition to the fine. Wow. Exceeding the speed limit by 31 kilometers per hour in built-up areas and 41 kilometers per hour in rural areas results in 2 penalty points. Ooh, and a driving ban. Oh my goodness. You just got to take a class over here. You take a class and it takes those points right off. Man, significantly more men than women are recorded. Yeah, men usually speed more than women, I would say. Speeding is a man's game. Yeah, feeling that rumble in the engine, feeling how fast you can go. Women are usually more responsible behind the wheel of cars. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that was a fun little article. You know, I haven't even been paying attention. I should probably have some sort of like timer when I'm not. I just time it based on the time that I get to the library versus the time the library closes. So I'm going to do some magic where I'm going to look at the what's that called, the phone, to see how long I've been recording, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, so I hope I was sitting in relatively the same position as I was before to make the camera transition seem better, seem fluid, flawless. And we're at about our time. Usually it's about an hour 15, and then if I had a guest on, it would be more. So we might have a guest on next week, maybe not. We're gonna try to figure it out. We're gonna try to figure it out. Okay. All right. So let's do one more. Huh. I want to read this. This is interesting. How prevention work against Islamicism can work. I know that's. I want to read it in German because I feel like that translation is weird. Wie Präventionsarbeit gegen Islamismus funktionieren kann. So gegen, what is gegen? I know what gegen is, but what is gegen? Against. Okay. So how? Hold on. I wanna. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, because I'm gonna translate this a little better. Okay, so prevention work against Islamic work can function. So like how being anti-Islamic works? Is that what they're saying? Following the suspected Islamist attack in Berlin, the question is being raised: how can the risk of such acts be reduced? One approach: the de-radicalization of young people. Ah, yes. No matter what religion you are. Radical Islams are bad. Radical Christians is bad. Radical Jewish is bad. Radical Greek gods is bad. I don't know. I don't know who else is radical. I feel like those are the main radical ones. The ones that get kind of weird. Radical Christians, radical Islamists, radical Muslims, and radical Jews. Those are the four main radicals. You don't really hear a radical witch. There's not many radical pagans out there. They're all in the woods doing Molly and having seances. Yeah. Let's see. The Violence Prevention Network offers a corresponding de-radicalization program. Ooh, don't be so radical? I'd like to. We will show you how to be calm and not be so radical. I want to hear that. Abdul B., the suspected perpetrator of the Berlin Pride attack, was also required to participate in the program after his release. After his release? Don't release him. He attended interviews, but no actual de-radicalization measures were implemented. Yeah. Samet Air, a de-radicalization consultant, shows how radicalization develops and how to successfully disengage from it. For 10 years, he has been working for VPN, supporting people who have become radicalized by Islamism. He is already. Oh, there's kind of a weird. It's weird. Like, look what happened. I'm gonna show you why you can't read this. See that like quotation? It's like a graphic. In his experience, I'm gonna guess radicalization rarely begins with violence. In fact, Islamist preachers, whether on social media or in mosques, do not directly call for violence. Instead, they specifically address the problems of young people. They speak directly to these problems. And then apparently Andrew Schultz is Islam? I don't know. Is Islamism? Is that Andrew Schultz? He's a de-radicalization consultant? I don't know. Vulnerable young people feel excluded. Well, that's everywhere. Yeah, that's kind of where radicalization comes in, where people don't fit in with the group that's around them, so they seek their own group, but then they can end up in the wrong group because some groups are super angry, I'd really like to talk to somebody about this. We have many cases that started with Quran distribution campaigns and eventually ended up in the territory of the so-called Islamic State. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, because you want to have freedom of religion, right? Because religion helps people to live more normalized lives, more like, what is the word I'm looking for? It's like routine. It's safe. it's moral guidance, it's all those things, in a life, and people can get that with religion, whether it be Christianity or Muslim, Islam. I'm not sure which is the religious part of that. If you're a Muslim, I guess, being a Muslim. But this radicalization and de-radicalization, I'm a little scared of the de-radicalization thing because it kind of gives vibes of like pray the gay away camp. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But it says right here, anger at not belonging. It really is. The anger of not belonging, I understand. So let's try to help each other to feel included more. I think that's the problem, that when you go to a country and you're so different and you have different beliefs and different religion, and then people are vilifying that religion. You can't vilify the religion or really stick to, like, whenever something happens, if they're Muslim, make that the main selling point of the article, because then you're just going to end up with hatred, more hatred than you need, We need to love one another more and just say it's just a human being who was very angry and very confused. And he needs to either be kicked down a dark shaft and never seen from again, or in this case, maybe helped to be de-radicalized. But also, what did he do? Did he kill people during the Pride Fest? Let's see. What did Abdul B do during the Pride Fest? Let's see. What did Abdul B do during the Pride Fest? During the Pride Christopher Day Street Festival in Berlin, Germany, Abdul Balut, identified by authorities as Abdul B, drove a rented vehicle into a crowd of celebrants. He then got out and attacked pedestrians with a bladed weapon, believed to be a machete. The attack killed one woman and injured at least 29 other people. Kick him down a dark shaft. You try to help him de-radicalize. He killed a woman with a machete. No. See, you need to catch him before that. The de-radicalization process is for the people before they swing people with a machete, okay? And injure 29 other people. Oh, this guy sucks. Yeah. It's like some people are just too far gone. Not everybody makes it. Not everybody makes it, folks. Not everybody can be saved. Some people just need to be put in a different kind of... We had a de-radicalization facility for a while. Yeah. Our de-radicalization facility was called a Guantanamo Bay. It doesn't work. Once you're at a certain point of believing that you are amongst the enemy, and those fatwas and jihads and stuff like that, it's really, really difficult to get them out of that mindset. Man, that sucks. Yeah. And then they freed him. They let him go. That's so insane. All right, I guess we just leave with that. Oh man. Iceland had so much better news. It was a lot more whimsical than Germany. Germany, thank you for being an ally. We appreciate you. I see you got a lot of shit to deal with. And we hope that your Russian oil problems get resolved. And we hope that you sell many more cars, because if you sell a lot more cars, your GDP goes up. If your GDP goes up, your citizens are happier. And if your citizens are happier, you're a better ally to the United States. Thank you, as always, for joining us at the Thego Lopez podcast. Again, I apologize for the lack of professional sound. Bobby, mira, tú estás bien. Bobby, gracias por estar aquí, mano. Siempre te necesito, Bobby. Gracias por siempre. Bobby says hi. To next week, hopefully we'll be back in the studio, back doing what we love to do. And we'll see you guys next week.